Hello, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. I just followed a recipe for making chunky applesauce with you. I hope that you're inspired to make something similar or just to experience and use the things in your nutrition kit because it's a lot of learning from using tools and measuring and just spending time together. Cooking and spending time in the kitchen is just a really wonderful way to create some family memories. I did want to go ahead and share this book called Apples for Everyone because this is basically September and October this fall is apple season and the apples are ready for harvesting. And I had a whole bunch of apples on a neighborhood tree that I picked, and I get apples from friends who know that I always like to do things with apples in the fall. So I have a lot of apples at my house right now, and I know there's a lot of apples in the store. So if your family likes apples, they're very nutritious. They have lots of vitamins, antioxidants, fiber, and they're super yummy. So I'd like to share this book with you. It's called Apples for Everyone, and it is by Jill S. Baum. And it's pretty much a nonfiction, informational book. So some books just tell you stories and are a lot of fun. This is basically just facts and information. So I kind of like to share those kinds of books too. Apples for Everyone. I love this picture. Have you seen any apples lately? Here, I even want to recreate it. Have you seen any apples lately? I have. This is a teeny tiny apple that I got from my neighbor. And this apple that's nice and red, I got from a friend at our where we work with the children. And this is an apple that still has the stem on it from the tree in my neighborhood. Early each year in orchards and backyards, apple trees blossom. So there's an orchard. And like I said, I'll show you a picture of the one in my backyard. Drawn by the sweet smell, bees buzz from blossom to blossom. Do you see the bees? They're collecting pollen, maybe collecting some nectar from the blossoms because we learned that's what bees do. As time passes, petals flutter to the grass and fuzzy bumps appear. And those fuzzy bumps turn into the apple. Slowly, the baby apples grow bigger and bigger, and they turn all shades of red. Now, I have to tell you, this particular tree looks a lot like the one that's in my backyard. I wonder if they're the same kind of tree. A glowing green and a cheerful yellow. So the green apples that we try and taste in the classroom each year are called Granny Smith. Those are the kind that you can find in the store. And the cheerful yellow ones are called Golden Delicious. And then the bright red ones are usually called Red Delicious. And those are the three kinds that we taste and we decide which ones we like best when we're together at school. Apples might have golden speckles or snazzy stripes, be round as a ball, or tall and lumpy at the bottom. So apples look all different, just unique like people. Limbs droop heavy with the ripe fruit. So that's what was happening. The limbs were drooping. It was so heavy in this tree. I probably have to go pick some more apples. Some apples thud to the ground and then rot and become food for the growing tree. Now that actually did happen. Here, I found this really funny little apple on the tree. Where'd it go? Yeah, I found it on the tree and it was, oh, I dropped it. It was kind of funny looking. So I brought it to show you. Look at that funny thing that was on the tree. Isn't that a funny apple? I don't know what's happening to it, but it's very funny. I thought I would show it to you. Oh, we're about halfway through our book. At last it's fall, harvest time, which is now, and fresh apples are everywhere. Look at those apples. Our state of Washington is known for all the yummy apples in the orchards. Grocery stores, farmers markets, roadside stands. Those are all places that you can buy apples. You might even climb a ladder and pick your own apples. Your teeth sink in, crunch, crunch, and tart sweet juice dribbles down your chin. And remember, there's the seeds. Shh. People bob for apples at Halloween parties or dip into them melted caramel. So at this time of year, people are celebrating apples by making all kinds of yummy things. You can bake them into pies and add cinnamon, and you can make cider and drink the juice. Sometimes if you have a family friend or know where you can go for use a cider press and press the juice out. Apple trees have been growing in America for hundreds of years. Since colonists brought pips or apple seeds, apple seeds are called pips. I can't wait to use that new word. Pips from England. When most of America was still unsettled, a pioneer named John Chapman spent his summers hiking through the wilderness, planting apple seeds wherever he wanted and went. Do you see all these pips? Apple seeds? His name was Johnny Appleseed. An apple seed lies in its core. Cut an apple crosswise and you'll see the shape of a star. Now I've tried that and I might try it today, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I always like to experiment. Each of the star pockets has one or two seeds or pips sleeping inside. Americans eat more apples than any other fruit because they're so yummy. Oh, I like the way she looks. She looks like she's smelling that nice apple. I bet it smells good. There are many flavors to choose from, with names like Fuji, Gala, Granny Smith, like I mentioned. Honeycrisp is my favorite. Jonathan, Macintosh, Pink Lady, and Red Delicious. Have you found your favorite? Maybe you can ask your parent to possibly get a couple different kinds of apples and you can have a taste test and tell them which one you like best. That yummy first bite. That's all about apples. So I was going to take a moment and I'm going to try what it said. I'm going to cut it in half this way. Oh, look. It is kind of a star. It is kind of a star shape. And inside the star, remember, is the pips. What we used to like to do at school was count how many pips or seeds. Let's see. I have one seed on this side, and it looks like just one seed on that side. This one just has two seeds. So yummy and crunchy and delicious. I hope you enjoy apple season as much as I do.